Alright. Now that we're not accidentally streaming this, let's keep going. Ooh, free chest. Chest has
another keystone.
Take it. For archival purposes, of course.
Okay, so this one's weak to electricity. This one's weak to fire. Okay. Don't use frost, right? Don't use frost. Oh, don't use electricity either. I'm really annoyed that they didn't have more portraits in this game, because I actually have trouble recognizing my character, because I think of him as the blonde hooded guy. Like, honestly, my character looks closer to Lantry than...
Yeah.
I really should have tailored my character after his portrait, as opposed to vice versa. That probably would have been the smarter idea.
But didn't they prompt you to do portraits after you had finalized your character selection?
Yeah.
At that point, I don't understand why they just didn't have you choose a character portrait and that determined your character's appearance.
Yeah, I would kind of prefer games like that. Sadly, those are... I guess it's one of those where character portraits and creations are kind of second fiddle in a lot of these games.
I mean, I think one of the issues is they had painted art for the portraits, whereas in other games, you would have a in-game model. So if you used in-game model portraits, sure, it wouldn't look as nice, but that way you would actually have...
The weird part is that they already do that. Like, for most character portraits, except for the
main characters.
The main ones,
yeah.
They have character portraits that are just the 3D models.
But they also have different stills to show different emotions, like I'm injured or I'm saluting.
Yeah,
or,
and like I actually kind of like that better. I wish they had maybe gone further. Instead, okay, so don't use fire. Alright, I guess the answer is just use ice. I need to pick up some extra elements at some point. I love my current spell list, but I guess really it's only a problem when fighting
elemental creatures, right?
Yeah,
because
the
you don't have magic that is neutral to them.
Oops. I'm not casting Rhyme Spike.
Though I don't know if spirits like this can be affected by mind control or other things.
I don't think so.
I think that would be more effective against human opponents.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nope, just a gem. Now, were there any... Oh, is that where the keystone goes?
One of them... Oh, wait, no. This is one of those rubbings.
Oh, the rubbing.
Yeah. Portion... Image of the ancient relief.
Okay, we've got more of a complete symbol. One more. And
yeah, so it's just like the other one. You know, just keep grabbing rubbings until everything works.
Yeah, what's that in the corner?
It's a locked thing. Also, it looks like we just raised a bridge.
You guys don't need to sneak.
I sneak kind of by default. Not because I necessarily need to, but, you know, if enemies do pop up, it
gives you an advantage.
Oh, yeah. Well, mainly it trains my subterfuge. Like, I am kind of painfully a power gamer and everything. If I can...
Now, the red ones don't react.
They don't trigger. Yeah.
The blue ones do, though.
Yep. But so if I can power game anything, I will. Automatically. Let's see, so don't use fire. Gotcha. So specifically, like, I used to play Morrowind a lot. That was, like, one of my favorite games for a long time. And still is, though I wouldn't play it because it looks like ass. But, for Morrowind, you specifically would raise your running speed and your ability to, like, jump and stuff by, you know,
running and jumping, so people would be jumping while they run.
Yeah, so I would specifically play the game as this, like, sprinting, leaping maniac. And it was really satisfying to me to do that because it was such a... I guess, power gamey thing to do.
Well, it was effortless. You didn't have to... Huh.
Oh.
So that raises that. Oh.
I don't know what that does. I'll leave that on. Oh. That's just an exit out of here, though.
Right, because that's the corpse.
Yep. Still don't feel like camping. Like, my character and Lantry have, like, 1 injury each. That's hardly enough to slow us down. Is that the button for quick save? No. F6 the button for quick save? There we go. Okay. F5 is normally quick save in Bethesda games, which is what I play the most. Except for Fallout, because I had to bind it to equals instead. But I really wish there was kind of industry standardization for
button controls?
Yeah. Like, there is for consoles for the most part, and if there isn't, the game gets, like, completely...
For consoles, it's necessary because there is 1 controller type.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a game that was really annoying because of the...
Resident Evil 5?
Well,
or 4?
It was...
5.
Well, it was 5. Right. But, the XYZ pad... Or... It's different, though. I don't know, it's...
I remember Resident Evil 5 was the one that was driving you insane.
AB? Is that what it is? And then there's,
Or you're talking about a specific just
X0... I'm just talking about controllers. I never liked playing Xbox and then playing, PlayStation.
I don't have trouble switching back and forth between Xbox and PlayStation, but the Wii U Pro controllers.
No, but if there's symbol prompted
QuickTime
I don't
buttons,
like that. I hate it because I grew up playing Nintendo systems, so I never had to deal with square, triangle, X and circle. So it was just like, what do I press? Which one's which?
I guess at that point, it kind of becomes a reflex after a while. Distant howls echo within this pit, which descends into darkness. When you crane your neck, you can just barely make out the bane clustered at the bottom.
Ew.
I like this dungeon. It's a lot larger than I thought it was going to be.
What's that room, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna check this one first.
There seems to be a trap off to the left.
The bridge.
Yeah, that's the trap.
Well, we're not going that direction anyway. Okay. Alt, charge, U, leap. At this point, it's kind of become clockwork. Which is fine by me.
Now, these are all fire spirits, right?
Yep. Works great for me. As the ice mage.
And I
that
thought
one in
that
the back is just having a bad day.
Weak to fire, unless it's one of those things where they are mutually damaging.
I don't know. In this case, it's mutually damaging.
I know that some people rationalize it as even if fire douses ice, ice will revert to water, which will stifle fire.
I prefer what Divinity Original Sin does, which is there is kind of an elemental triangle, but it's not complete nonsense. And like if you throw an ice field on top of a fire field or vice versa.
Now, you see that stone plate on the floor?
Yeah, we don't have the rune for it yet. We'll come back.
No, but I think you might have to use a different button in the main chamber. A different color in the main...
Well, no, we need to pick up a different rune to activate that thing.
Really?
Yeah, in all of them. Oh, you mean we might have to trigger it first. Yeah, we might have to do that too. I'll take a look at it. Okay. So we've got magic. We're so close to maxing this out. And then I can actually put points into leadership. Unfortunately, at this point, I'm just kind of picking random.
Well, there's just like masteries.
I'm gonna add shock damage to my attacks. Mainly because I use fire and ice. But,
you don't use electricity.
I don't have any electricity, and I probably never will just because I'm not gonna have enough spell slots for it. Alright, so what's this? Proximate action. Aura around the target. Ooh. And we also picked up rooting that freezes them to ground, guarded form. Huh.
I don't know if the auras, like, it'd be cool if you could put a flame wheel around Barrick, for instance, so he does perpetual fire damage to those around him. But I don't really know. What are you looking at?
This is cool.
Swirling
so
rock?
this is the Sigil of Proximate Action, which we just picked up a little while ago. Generate an aura of swirling rock around the target that continually deals crush damage to enemies.
Right, so that's something that you put on an ally.
Yeah, so I'd put this on Barrick.
That's what I was just suggesting.
Yeah.
But with fire or another type.
One more lore and I could increase the damage. Oh, I could increase the range. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you notice, my lore is at 99. Okay. Let's assign that. I'm gonna get rid of illusion, I think, at this point. I like illusion, but these AoEs seem too good to be not used.
Well, what happens to the proximate with others? So there's Mantle of Flame. What does that do? Immunity to Frozen.
Yeah, but it also does damage.
Fiery Aura.
Yeah, so...
Removes
just about
Frozen
as
from
good.
allies.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I still can't get that, but I'll do range. Okay, so this gives me another earth spell.
I really like this spellcrafting system.
Oh, it's so nice! I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as cool as this. What would atrophy be?
I'm pretty sure there must have been a team working just on magic.
Hey, if that's the case.
But I like how they did it artistically, too.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the different symbols adding on top of each other. And of course, the colors.
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully
Inspires
Lantry's lore
valor.
will catch up. Either way, this gives me some extra...
Yeah, you see, what I was wondering about that button is if you put the red stone, or
Well, we're probably going to have to go into a different chamber to get it to light up first. But yeah, a redstone onto a thing.
No. Like, in the main chamber, you know how there are different buttons?
Oh.
When Pac-Mate looks into chasm, fear smells good, rolling from Pac-Mate.
So she's essentially saying that one of her party members is really fearful of the vein down below.
Yep.
I don't know if she's implying it's your fear, or if
I
it's
think
Lantry
it's just she
or
likes
Barrick.
the fact that we get vertigo when we look down into the pit. So yeah, we need Voice of Ages again from Lantry. You know, I might actually put off getting Gift of Memories to start to try and get Voice of Ages. Yeah, we'll come back.
Ooh, hey.
Yeah, so this is one rune.
Yeah, you see, that's the blue again. I'm starting to think that if you have the red or the blue in the main chamber,
Maybe?
it reacts to different stones.
See, I think it's just either we don't have the requisite rune.
No, because remember the button appeared and disappeared in the main chamber
Yeah,
for
no,
the
this
staircase?
is it. We have to activate this. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, this is a lot of dudes.
Are they all electricity, though? Or ice? Because they all look to be the same type.
Yeah, they are all weak to fire.
Okay.
Which actually works really well here.
Then fire away. Put that
Okay,
on,
I just want to
Barrick.
see... Oh, 30-second duration Mantle of Flames. Good stuff. If I cast it? There,
Yeah,
I've
there you
cast
go.
it. Okay. Let's do Mantle of... Unsettled Core on... There we go. This is cool.
That's not gonna maximize.
I'm gonna do the risky.
Oh, you're gonna go around the side and then...
Uh-huh. Hit everybody. That's good stuff. You know, I think I'm gonna expend all of my line spells before I do Cone of Fire. They're only strong against lightning. Alright. Oh, wow, she got smackarooed.
Ooh-wee.
We'll probably be fine. This is a harder fight, and I'm planning on camping after this. and Lantry. I mean, honestly, I'm not terribly surprised. This is way more enemies than we're used to fighting.
Mm-hmm. They're going down, though.
Oh yeah, there's only a couple left.
Except we're all very injured, and she's down, I think.
Yeah, she's Dunsky. We're gonna camp after this.
Watch out for that guy on your left.
I'm not too worried. Like, there's only 2 left and they're pretty wounded. Okay. There we go.
Oh, see, Lantry's down.
Yeah, but so are the enemies.
Okay, camp out.
Yeah. Wow, okay. There we go. Yeah, I've been conserving them mainly because I don't care. Ooh.
Now, what's hidden in the wall?
I don't know,
oh,
but we
on
got
the
a
subject
message.
of the sky. Ooh.
Yeah, how did this get to us in the
Fatebinder
middle
wrote
of the wall? I
bird
don't know. Okay.
just appears from nowhere.
Okay. Dear dude, your summation is most fascinating. Thank you for sharing. You're certainly not the first to proclaim an edict. Many of us have been used to complete the casting of the Overlord's magic. You aren't the first to break an edict, though that list of names is a smaller, more exclusive list. What's curious, though, living and recorded memory make no mention of someone who proclaimed and shattered the same edict. In that regard, you are an anomaly. The bad news is, the Archons know this, and will be suspicious of this distinction. Along with this parchment, I have included the contact information for the Honorable Fatebinder Meothis, an old peer of mine, and perhaps the most knowledgeable in the court on matters not taught to us by Tunon. Treat her with respect, and she will not betray your confidence. Best of luck, dude. I think things are about to get even stranger for you. Fatebinder Regalis. So,
the court not taught by Tunon. Something's telling me the Fatebinders might be up to something.
No, I think it's just like other information, non-law related. Either way, let's try the Garn Torch Key. So this gives us another one. Let's try that one. Hello.
Putting in the opposite color activates the barriers. That was a red barrier before.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Hmm?
I will keep that in mind. Maybe we can use that
to clear out the other rooms?
Yeah, very possibly. Alright, so I can't do fire here. But that's okay, I can give her circle of whatever. Let's try and take out this group first.
Barrick seems to be holding his own.
Yep. Let's see. Can we do iron tolling? Let's do iron tolling. That gives Barrick a bit of a defensive boost. And also makes it so he attacks twice. Which I would say is kind of worthwhile. It keeps bothering me that I can't rotate my camera. I've been playing a ton of, I've been playing a substantial amount of Shadow Tactics recently. And that game, you know, lets me. And, it's screwing with my head a little bit.
I'm thinking about, you know, the little... I suppose I wouldn't necessarily call it interview, but whatever we did for...
Oh, yeah. I guess we didn't really even mention that we did that.
Right. They just wanted to ask us what we thought our most deplorable action was in the game thus far. And I'm thinking to myself, well, aside from, you know, slaying the enemies of the courts and stuff, which, I mean, if you think about it, heroes in any game slaughter countless enemies. It's just a different side.
Yep.
I ended up saying...
So we should probably preface this, because people won't have seen this video, but the developers of Tyranny, you know, Obsidian, reached out to me being like, hey, can you do like a kind of little interviewee video where you talk about the worst thing you've done in Tyranny? And anyway, there we go. That's pretty much it.
So my response was, a nice shield. Was duping that one guy, what was it? Pollux Florian?
Palox Florian.
Palox Florian. You know, how we were supposed to bring him in dead or alive to the Scarlet Chorus, so of course they prefer people alive, and I was just like, okay, let's try talking him into just coming with us. And we did it under the pretense that, oh yeah, you know, if the Scarlet course brings you to the voices of Narat, maybe you could shank him with a poison dagger or something, and he's like, wow, I'm gonna have an audience with the voices of Narat. This is awesome. I'll gladly hand myself in. And you know, he left his brother in charge of, was it the Vendrian still that we were fighting at that point? Guard. I mean, we ended up crushing them later, but I could only expect that he was taken in and then his mind sucked out or who knows what. So I thought that was bad. I mean, our character has been forced to put down a lot of uprisings and slay a lot of good people or rebels. But that was often because they refused to submit. Didn't you ever feel like we weren't given many options with a lot of them?
Sort of. Part of it is I never pushed us in that direction. If I had done my you know, that like origin story thing, that first episode that you weren't part of?
Yeah.
If I had done that differently, I could have actually fairly distinctly. No way.
But then you would be killing Kairos's men.
Yeah.
So it's not like
there's a completely different story that could be told.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you really wanted to, you could still defy
Kairos
in some way, because I mean, not long ago they gave you the opportunity to kill Theodore and essentially cast off the disfavored.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that quite yet.
Well, I mean, realistically, for this playthrough, I actually really just want to be on the side of the villains. I haven't really had a whole lot of reason to go out of my way to be like an ultra dick. But,
I mean, the thing is, your character has been given no reason to vouch for the rebels either.
Yeah, like the rebels. Okay, so we're invading their lands, but like weirdly enough, we're not evil. In the same, like I was actually thinking about this, and it's like it's really easy for me to think about all the decisions we've made over the course of this game as
I mean, couldn't people say that rebels in any story could be vagrants or dissidents
like,
that don't really...
We are the Star Wars Imperial officer that believes in the order that the Empire brings. You know, we're not this, like, asshole that's just, like, you know... Oh, this is, to Binder my office. We have to send that off.
We have to send a letter to her.
We'll do that in a second. But, like, we're not some, like, racist asshole or Sith evil person. We're just kind of one of the, Imperial officers that really does believe in the Empire.
Well, the problem is we don't really have much of a history on the peoples outside of Kairos' influence before Kairos came around.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know much about Kairos.
Yeah.
Like...
It's weird. I want to know more about, like, who we're working for. Because as far as we've run into, like...
All we know is that they have superpowers.
Yeah, but, like, as far as we've run into, the only legitimately evil character I've run into in this entire setup is the voices in Narat.
Oh, right, because he was sucking people's souls out.
Yeah, and he seemed like a legitimate, like, asshole. Whereas, like, Tuanon is very much just, like,
were pillaging villages and forcing people to join him or die.
And the disfavored, apart from being kind of the magical SS, aren't necessarily, like, evil people. They're just this very tight-knit war party, military group.
They're like, we hail from the north. The Southerners are...
Yeah, so they're, like, a little bit racist, but... Eh.
They're not like the voices of Narat.
No. And it's weird, because this game does a very good job of having you do evil things without being evil, which feels really weird to me. I like it because it's a different story, and I think that's the reason why I'm still really down for playing this whenever I get the chance.
We have been getting down marks with Bleed and Mark for choosing to...
Yeah, not being ruthless enough. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's send off a new message. So do we want to do polite or introduce yourself and send payment? What's this?
Oh. So this is just But you're giving her gold instead of just doing a normal...
I kind of like this, actually.
Let me see this. I'm a Fatebinder, latent energies,
Here,
mountain.
let me read this out loud.
Okay.
Fatebinder Myothis. I am Fatebinder Dude, and I'm currently serving in the tiers. I recently broke an edict of Kairos, and in roughly the same breath, awoke the latent energies in the mountain spire of the tiers. When I told my old mentor Rogalus of these events, he insisted I contact you, hinting that your wisdom exceeds his own. If that's true, I'd be a fool not to heed the advice of someone more worldly than even Rogalus. But I know knowledge is power, and power isn't free. I've enclosed a hand of rings as tuition and tribute, a paltry offering for a respected teacher, but it is a sizable sum to me. Thank you for your consideration. I eagerly await your reply.
What would the
Fatebinder
polite
Dude.
introduction be?
Okay, let's try that. Fatebinder, dear Fatebinder Myothis, I write to you at the urging of my peer and tutor, Fatebinder Rogalus. He has found himself bereft of answers, a rare condition for him, and suggested that you may be the only source of answers I seek. If you pardon the imposition, it would mean a great deal to learn what you know of Kairos' edicts, and the magic of the spires. The mountain spire of the tiers has awoken to my presence, an event that occurred moments after I resolved an edict of Kairos, so it's critical that I learn just what has happened to me, and what it all means. I thank you in advance for your consideration and wisdom. I like the pay money one, it was more respectful.
Really?
Yeah.
I just hope she doesn't send something back being like, what, are you trying to bribe me, young
I
one?
don't know. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna be polite. Super polite. With money! Send it. Okay. Alright, now let's try this.
Does a Fatebinder even need
Nothing.
money? I mean, I suppose they do.
All I need money for in this game is buying new spells.
Wait, did you already take what was on the altar?
Yeah, it was just a gemstone.
Oh, what was it down in this southern corner of this room? Oh, nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh.
Pay attention to the minimap. That's usually the best way to tell
Yeah,
where and what and who and how.
I'm too used to mini-maps being in other corners. Actually, nah.
Yeah, I'm
Guild
actually
Wars-
kind of surprised it's in the bottom right, but it makes sense considering how bottom-heavy the rest of the user interface is.
Yeah, because
Also,
in Guild Wars it was in the bottom.
I've noticed this game has a tendency of having you approach most levels from the bottom, if you've noticed. The bottom and the left. That's actually really clever. I like the fact that they did that. Alright, now this looks like it might be a bit of a fight. So this guy...
Well, I mean, most people read left to right, so it makes sense.
Okay. So this guy's strong against ice. Weak against electricity, so it looks like use fire. Alright. So let's do that. Do that. If you two move up. Okay. So, right. Don't use ice. I guess we might as well start with the burning aura. There we go. Okay. Then let's go with iron tolling. Spell breached. I actually don't know what that does. Anyway, let's do quickening. I don't know how badly that's supposed to hurt, but okay. Anyway. Let's toss on Unsettled Core. I really like these proximate action abilities, the like damage auras. I don't know if I can stack them on. Though that would actually be really cool. If I could stack them on top of each other, so like have every aura running on the same person. I'm a bit disappointed that there's no frost aura as well, because I totally throw that on too.
Usually it's canceled out in games.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
My fingers to speak to someone alive when the old walls were built.
Let's see. A lot of small goodies. Okay, the labyrinth that is the old wall seems to go on forever. The numerous sconces and alcoves that line the massive stone wall go as far as the eye can see before fading into blackness.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the fact that the old walls look like they're not, like, wildly out of place. They're massive and kind of weirdly mystical. And a bit creepy.
But they're not, like, bizarrely sci-fi, though the top of the spires look bizarrely sci-fi.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It's like, on one hand, I really like it when they do that, where it's like fantasy with this like bizarre
Oh, what's
sci-fi.
that? Is that just a hallway of them?
Yeah, we'll check that out in a second. Okay, this is just an exit. I just want to cover my bases. It's not like the enemies move too much, but
Oh,
it is
there's
always
traps
a
on the wall.
worry. Yep.